here we've got Avenging Angel from Vinegar Syndrome. Now, this is part of the standalone releases they did, I think, for all three films. You know, there was the cool box set that's long sold out by now. But this thing is out now with just individual releases. And this was the one I requested to review. But now the thing is, I was thinking this was the original, but this is not the original. There's a movie called Angel, and then there's Avenging Angel, and then there's the third Angel film. But this is the one I wanted just because it has Betsy Russell as the main girl in it, taking over the role of Angel. She was not originally Angel in the first film, but she's off the streets now, and she's, you know, studying to be like a lawyer and all that stuff. But then her mentor is killed very early in the film, so therefore she has to go back to the streets and re-link with some of the characters from the previous film that I realized that they were from the previous film just by the trailer, and go to seek out who did it and get revenge. So it's a pretty cool little flick, kind of like a tamer Savage Streets. I mean, there's some nudity and there's some violence, but it feels like if you go between this and Savage Streets, maybe Savage Streets is more violent oriented, while this one's a little more TNA oriented. You don't see Betsy Russell nude, but if you want that, you can always find Tomboy, which I also recommend. But I like this one, and you don't necessarily have to have the first film to enjoy this one, because I didn't realize, so I watched the trailers at the end of the movie, that this was part two. So it works kind of like as a standalone movie. The plot kind of drags a little in the middle, but there's enough going on to keep you sticking around to the end of it. And because of that, I'm giving it a 3. Of course, it looks great, which don't recall ever really seeing a Vinegar Syndrome release that doesn't look great, because it seems like they just take their real time and produce like great product. And if the source is there, they give you the best they can for the source, kind of like the Criterion Collection for the more deprived movie collectors out there. But this is a newly scanned and restored 2K from its 35mm print. Chasing Angel, an interview with co-writer-director Robert Vincent O'Neill and co-writer Joseph Kala. Streets Smarts, an interview with Betsy Russell. Always good to hear from her. Theatrical trailer for Angel, Avenging Angel, and Angel 3. Reversible artwork and subtitles. So there you go. I don't think there's anything I can get flagged for on the back of this, but there's a little bit of it. Really a good look at the streets. It's like totally an 80s movie, and you can tell it's totally an 80s movie when you watch it. There's the disc, and there's the other cover. I ain't going to pull it out there, but I think the one they went with is probably the better one. So if you're a fan of Betsy Russell, and I am, this is definitely something you want to see. If you like those little, like, back to the streets type movies where the chick's reform, but she's got to go back to her old ways just to get justice, it's one of those you want to watch. I need to watch the first one. I think the first one might be pretty cool, or at least I get that vibe from watching this one, even if Betsy Russell's only in this one. But as far as this goes as a standalone movie, 3 out of 5. Looks good, sounds good, solid release from Vinegar Syndrome, so pick that one up.